Hey, welcome everyone back to another episode of the Callie Chronicles. This is kind of a special track for Callie and myself or especially for Callie because I'm looking over there because she's laying on the bed. This is her first track that she successfully recovered a deer beyond 24 hours of age. Last year we went on, I don't know, probably 5 or 6 tracks that were beyond 24 hours in age from the time the hunter shot it until the time we got on the scene, and Callie failed to recover any of them. With that said, some of the deer we were tracking were later seen on trail camera, so we were basically chasing a live deer. Well, this track here just so happened to be 26 hours old, and of course, you know the ending now is she successfully recovered the deer. But I wanted to show it to you because, that's what we do here. Anyway, so you guys probably remember the last video, the youth hunter, and the one before that, my daughter, those 2 tracks. Well, I had a call that same day for a 3rd track, but because I was with my daughter hunting, it's for the Wisconsin Youth Hunt, Gun Hunt Weekend, I wasn't available to track. Now, the hunter shot the deer Saturday evening, so this was Sunday, and I told him that it would be tonight or Sunday night before I could track, which means it'll be a 24-hour-old track. And he still wanted me to bring Callie out, just to put his mind at ease that he had done everything possible to try and recover this deer. So I agreed that once our hunt was over, my daughter and myself's hunt, that I would come out there and bring Callie and run the track. Now I'm going to show you a little artist rendition. You probably see it right here on the screen of the property. Now the hunter leases this property. He did not want to be shown in the video. He didn't want his property, satellite images of his property shown, but he did allow me to video the track and show Callie working. So while you take a look at this artist rendition, my rendition of the property, I'm going to show the details of the hunter's equipment off to the right, and you kind of get a feel for the lay of the land also while you're looking at that information. The hunter shot the deer right here at this red dot, and he initially thought it was a pretty good shot. The deer was slightly quartering towards him. The deer ran off, stopped in the field, and then walked towards the tree line, which is actually a fence right there, and then it walked south along the fence line before crossing the fence. Now the hunter did the smart thing and backed out. Didn't even go over there and look for blood because he wasn't sure about the shot. Even though he thought it might have been a good shot, he wasn't positive. So him and a buddy came back in there the next morning and looked for blood, and they advanced the track a little farther, and the track actually turned to the north. And that's the landowner's house and some barns and other buildings you'll see in the little artist rendition there. And the deer, they thought, had stopped because there was 2 small puddles of blood, and then they couldn't find any more blood after that. The thing that we have going for us, it's starting to rain a little bit, just a little bit of light rain. There's some rain forecasted, more heavier rains later in the night, but we got like a little spotty shower just that's starting to approach the area, and we're getting some light rain. This will actually help us out, especially on an old track like this. It kind of invigorates the scent trail and helps Callie out, and so we're kind of grateful for that. So I start Callie at last blood and let her do her thing. I want to hang out here. I'll come back if I need to. We'll see where she takes me. Tess?
Gotcha.
What you got there? Well, Callie kind of just weaves us around in circles and never kind of really takes us in any one direction. So I'll restart her at last blood and let her try it once again.
Easy, girl. Easy, girl. Ow. Where you got me, girl? Come on. Come back here. Back. Back this way. Come on. Come on. Back. Come on. Come on. Hush.
What you got, Shane?
Hold on. She's, I don't know why she's barking. I don't see any blood. But she took me down, I guess, south. I'll head back your way just for a moment and look at the map.
Now, Callie took me south away from last blood, which is opposite of where we thought the deer was headed. And I kind of marked that spot on the map in case I wanted to bring Callie back to it. Remember, she's usually right, and I'm usually wrong when it comes to these things because they have a better nose than I do an eye for blood. So at any rate, I wanted to start her once again, and it's not uncommon for me to start her multiple times. And just the main thing is to convince myself that Callie is taking us in the direction the deer went.
Find it, girl. Find it. Where do you want to go? Is he sniffing all the brush, trying to pick up where it rubbed against? Let's just see. I'll see where she goes this way. And then if I don't see anything, I'll bring her back. I'll let her go a little ways now. That's fine. And you kind of look for blood on these trails. I don't want to rule out that spot down south, but a lot of times you gotta trust the dog. She's right more often than I am. Ow. It's almost like she's not following the deer though, and the way she's. But who knows? The deer can make circles. I don't see any blood though. You ready? You ready? Where's that blood at? Oh, right here. You ready? Okay. Find it. Yeah, that looks like a good amount coming out of that deer. There you go. Good girl. Now, did it turn up that way or? Is that? Yeah, here's blood right here. There's blood right there. Is that a new spot or?
After starting her once again, we finally came upon some fresh blood. And you'll notice in the video, you'll see a white light, and that's my flashlight on the left side of my helmet. And I also have one of the Primos Blood Hunter HD lights on the right, and that's kind of that purplish looking light. I don't see blood very well, especially at night, especially when there's rain falling and all the leaves are wet. So that light really helped me, and I finally spotted some fresh blood that the hunters had never found. Yeah, I've been through here before. The earlier time, Callie started heading south again, and it wasn't long. I noticed we were on the exact path she had taken earlier, so now I knew that she was likely on the deer that we were tracking, and I was going to let her progress the track as far as she would take us.
Well, she's following something. She's weaving back and forth. Did y'all ever check down this way? What is it, girl? Where is it? Guess we keep an eye out for deer tracks also. Easy, girl. Give me some slack here. Check. Keep eye on this trail, make sure there's no blood on it. Where are you going, girl? We got a pond right here. Is it in the pond, girl? What is it, girl? Hey, we got a deer right here. Yep. It's your buck.
What?
Yep. It's yours. Nope. Good job, girl. Good job. Nice buck. Yep. It's your deer.
That is absolutely amazing. That is ridiculous. That is freaking amazing. That is ridiculous.
So once again, Callie does a tremendous job out there tracking, and to my surprise and my delight, she recovered her first 24 plus hour old track, successfully recovering a deer. So this one was actually 26 hours old, and so that gives me a lot of confidence going forward if I get calls for other tracks that are past 24 hours. Now, I don't usually turn down tracks just because of the age, but this is really a big confidence booster for me. So things have been a little bit slow lately. Haven't had any calls that I could take, mainly because hunting with my daughter and my actual real job, full-time job. But things should start firing up and getting really busy, because about mid-October to late November is when trackers usually get real busy in this area. So I anticipate a lot more calls coming in, and I'll try to get these videos posted as quick as possible so you guys can kind of follow along as we keep tracking deer for other hunters.